I want to start this video by apologizing to Sabrina Davis. I slandered you publicly, and I apologize. I said things which I had no right to say because they were based on hearsay and things that I heard secondhand. It wasn't verified, and I apologize. That being said, this is a very difficult video for me to make because I have 100% faith in Steinbart Media Group. However, I no longer believe that Austin Steinbart is Q. Everything the Q movement stands for is to think for yourself. And thinking for myself is something that I hold very dear because I was born into a cult. And I know just saying that will make my family very upset, but that's okay because they've already disowned me. And cults behave in very specific ways. And the Q movement is the opposite of a cult. The Q movement tells you to think for yourself. However, I've seen very disturbing behaviors in members of the Q movement, definitely. Some, and we have to recognize that, shine a light on that, expose it, and get rid of it. And I've seen cult-like behavior in Austin's group. And this needs to be explored, exposed, and eliminated because we cannot follow orders that we don't agree with, no matter who is giving that order. That goes against thinking for yourself. If you think for yourself and someone tells you to do something that you don't agree with, if someone told you to eat dog shit, would you do it? No, not simply because the person is asking you. That's appeal to authority. Simply because this person is asking me to, I will do it. If I know, if it's been explained to me that there is a very logical reason for me to eat dog shit that will have a positive outcome that I agree with, then perhaps I will consider doing that, but that is my choice. And anyone who tries to get me to do something that I disagree with instantly comes into question. Okay, I question their judgment. And Austin himself told me that he wants me to keep him on track. And if he does things that I disagree with, I should speak out. I've been speaking out. I've been ignored. I've been dismissed. I've been attacked. And now I've stepped away. And I built a team that I believe in, Steinbart Media Group. I didn't build it on my own. I'm not going to take credit for that. And Austin, you were the lightning rod that brought together all these people. I would like to say there was a vacuum, and you filled that vacuum with very relevant information, very accurate information, and information that inspired me. And I 100% believed in you, and I still believe in your information, 100%. But I question your judgment, and I question... I don't want to say I question your integrity, but I question your integrity. You have made decisions that I have questioned in private that I will not discuss here because I am a gentleman. But one thing I will discuss here is Sabrina Davis, because she is a Department of Defense employee. She is a 20-year veteran of the Air Force. She does have PTSD. And you have said some extremely unkind things about her. And I, as a subordinate of yours who looked up to you and followed your lead, I said similar about her. And I was wrong. I admit that I was wrong. Will you admit that you were wrong? Probably not. And that is why I choose to step away from Steinbart Media, even though I love the team and I love the information that the team is producing. And I used to love the man who was leading that team. I looked up to you. You had my respect. You lost my respect. And that does... I've had many disappointments in my life. And I won't go into those here. But as Bruce Wayne's father said to him, and Alfred repeated, "Why do we fall? So that we can learn to get back up." You will not stop the Q movement if that is your mission. What is your mission, Austin? You say you want to reach out to liberals. I am a liberal. I am a liberal. I was a Bernie bro. I hate socialism, but what Bernie Sanders was bringing to the American people, I felt would give the most good to the most people, and it was fair and just in a way that we haven't experienced in a long time. So I supported Bernie Sanders. When I saw he caved and he told me to vote for Hillary Clinton, nope, sorry. I walked away. I chose to vote for Jill Stein because I'm also an environmentalist. See, Hemp History Month. I made an award-winning documentary film about hemp, which you ignored. You probably still haven't even watched. I sent you. I told you I have many projects that could help American farmers, that could help shift technology towards a green economy, energy devices. You've ignored all of this, Austin. You focused on you. You've ignored Q posts and you focused on you. You've ignored Epstein drops and you focused on you. It's all about you. This is the Great Awakening and not the Great Austin. And this is the Q movement. This is thinking for ourselves. This is talking about what we want to talk about. You're trying to build a media company where you direct and tell people what to say and what to talk about and what not to talk about. That's the opposite of what I signed up for. I want to build a free movement. I want to teach people how to express themselves the way I'm expressing myself now in a way that people will actually listen to. I want to be open about what we're doing because what we're building at Geronimo and with the greater team, I was hoping to duplicate in Africa and Asia. I've got friends in Kenya ready, a film company in Kenya ready to start producing their information, but you wanted to lock it all down under NDA. And I told you from the beginning I would never sign an NDA again for the rest of my life because I've been under NDA for my entire career. I started young. I was the youngest animator ever hired by Walt Disney, except for Freddie Moore, who redesigned Mickey Mouse in 1938. I was the youngest animator ever hired by Walt Disney, and I gave up that career. I gave up all of that. Okay, I'm getting emotional, so I really need to stop. You have an amazing team. If you are genuine, the burden of proof is on you. Your team supports you. However, your team will not follow you into waters that they disagree with. They have too much integrity. I can't speak for the people at Geronimo because I don't know the people at Geronimo. I did not choose them. I did not have interaction with them beyond what you ordered them to have with me because they did not like me from the beginning because I did not always, I won't say worship, but I did not put you on a pedestal. We are peers. This is the Great Awakening. Even if you are the commander, we're peers. We're all humans. Show us who you are. Show us what your mission is. Prove it. Not with circumstantial evidence. All Q proofs are circumstantial. We need documentable evidence. Bold claims require bold evidence. And if you claim to be Q, then please show us. You kept saying proof will come, proof will come, proof will come. You claim to have star power, but then you get arrested and there are court cases against you that might even implicate me. All of your followers might be implicated in a court case that you failed to even mention. You got a lot of splaining to do. And I've stepped away from Steinbart Media. I have said many times that I believe 100% in Austin Steinbart. I now retract that statement. I am more than willing to work with any member of Steinbart Media, even Austin himself. I just will not follow orders that I do not agree with. And I have disagreed with many orders from Austin Steinbart. And anyone who was making a logical fallacy of looking to my decisions to make your decisions. I understand that many people can do that because it's so confusing out there. It's difficult to find access to accurate information. I was on the inside. I was never at Geronimo, but I have been having personal, private conversations with Austin since before he was even arrested. I no longer believe he is Q, and I'm stepping away from Steinbart Media, even though my heart is with that team. And anyone on the team is welcome to contact me at any time. I'm happy to mentor you and continue guiding you as a team even, as long as I agree with the messages that you are producing. Sorry, my screensaver just came on, which tells me that this video is gone on too long. So Austin, please prove who you are. I would gladly come back and even serve under you. If you could prove to me who you are and that your goal is a goal that I agree with. Because so far you have not focused on information that we all know the world needs to hear. I'm going to work with Phoenix Vault, and I'm going to start waking up the liberals, my people, and I'm going to help bring about the Great Awakening on a grand scale. And which I've been doing for years. Check out the Hemp Road Trip. They're an amazing nonprofit. I made a documentary on Vimeo called The Hemp Road Trip about them, and we helped change the hemp laws in America. And I did that before Trump was ever even elected. We are the Great Awakening, and it's all of us. It's people like you watching this right now who choose to do whatever you can to make a difference. And it's just educating yourself first, and then educating others. If you don't have accurate information first, then you can't help people. You're harming them, and because you're just distracting them. And I'm going to no longer distract people with information from Austin Steinbart because I no longer consider him to be a legitimate source. His information, his early videos, go and watch those. Those are amazing. I mean, those are like a treasure trove. But where he's heading now, I do not agree with. That can change. And if so, I will update you. I'm not ashamed to make mistakes. I'm not ashamed of mistakes I've made. That is how we learn. So where we go one, we go all. Thank you for listening.